Dear students, today we are going to continue with lesson 11, Air, Water and Weather. Here we are going to discuss about various uses and sources of water. What is water table? Process of evaporation, condensation and water cycle. So let's get started. Dear children, you might be aware that we use water for various activities like drinking, cooking, washing, cleaning, bathing, swimming, etc. And the water that we use mainly comes from rivers, ponds, lakes and wells. And rainwater is the main source of water on the earth. My dear children, you might have seen that when it rains, some of the rainwater seeps into the ground and it passes through the soil. So, the water that occurs below the surface of the earth is known as underground water. And the level of this underground water in a specific area is called the water table. Children, do you know that water exists in all the three states, that is, ice in solid state, water in liquid state and water vapor in the form of gas. All these three states are interchangeable, that is, one state can be changed into another state. What is evaporation? Children, when you boil water, it changes into steam or water vapor, which is the gaseous form of water, and this process is called evaporation. So what is evaporation? It is the process by which a liquid changes into gas on heating. Now let's discuss the various factors that affect the rate of evaporation. So rate of evaporation is faster when the temperature of the surroundings is high. That is why clothes dry quickly on hot days as compared to cold days. Second factor is air. Children, when air is dry, rate of evaporation is fast. So, clothes dry faster on a dry day than on a humid day. Also, when there is wind, water evaporates faster. Rate of evaporation also depends on the exposed surface area. When the exposed surface of water is large, rate of evaporation is faster. So, a spread towel will dry quickly than the folded one. Now, what is condensation? Condensation is the process by which water vapor changes into water on cooling. Like for example, when we boil water in a container and cover it with a plate, we see tiny droplets of water on the inner side of the lid that can be easily collected in another container. There are various forms of condensation. So, let's study about them in detail. Number 1, dew. Children, dewdrops are very commonly seen during winter mornings. When water vapor condenses on the surfaces of leaves and grass in the form of drops, it is called as dewdrops. Do you know that when it is very cold, these dewdrops freeze to form crystals of ice, which is called as frost. Fog is formed when water vapor condenses on the dust particles. You can see it during the winter season when it is very cold. It forms a thick cloud of tiny droplets just above the land or water. Snow is another form of condensation. It is formed in extremely cold weather. Here, water vapor condenses to form snow instead of water droplets. Children, when water vapor rises in the air, it condenses and falls to the ground in the form of drops of water, which is called as rain, which is also a form of condensation. And when these raindrops pass through a very cold region of the atmosphere, then they freeze to form pellets of ice, which is called as hail. With this, let's move on to another interesting topic, which is water cycle. Children, Water cycle is a continuous process that involves the change of water into water vapor and then into water again. Now, let me explain the various steps involved in the process of water cycle with a diagram. First of all, the water evaporates from the various water bodies due to the heat of the sun. This is called evaporation. This water vapor then rises up and condenses to form tiny droplets of water. These tiny droplets of water join together to form clouds. This process is known as condensation. When clouds become heavy, they fall down as rain. This is known as precipitation. This rainwater again flows back to various water bodies and this process is continued.